At just 20 years old, he became king. Before the age of 30, he had conquered the largest empire the world had ever seen. He defeated mighty Persia, crossed scorching deserts, climbed towering mountains, and marched farther than any Greek before him. His name became legendary. Alexander the Great, but his greatest victory would come at an extraordinary cost. In 356 BC, a child was born. In the kingdom of Macedon, few could have imagined that this young prince would one day change the course of history. His father, King Philip II, had transformed Macedon into the strongest military power in Greece. But his son dreamed of something far greater. He dreamed of conquering the world. As Alexander grew older, his father wanted him to become more than a warrior. He wanted a king who understood philosophy, science, politics, and the world. So he chose the greatest teacher of his time, Aristotle. Under his guidance, Alexander studied history, geography, medicine, literature, and military strategy. But above all, he learned to think like a leader. These lessons would guide him through every battle he would ever fight. In 336 BC, everything changed. King Philip II was assassinated. At only 20 years old, Alexander became king. Many believed the young ruler would never hold the kingdom together. Across Greece, city after city rebelled. They believed Macedonia had become weak. They were wrong. Alexander moved with incredible speed. He crushed the rebellions, one after another. Then he marched to the great city of Thebes. The city resisted. Alexander attacked. The walls fell. Thebes was destroyed. The message was clear. Greece would stand united, and Alexander was ready to face Persia. In 334 BC, Alexander crossed the Hellespont. He was leaving Europe and entering Asia before marching forward. He visited the ancient city of Troy. There, he honored his childhood hero, Achilles. Then, the invasion began. At the Granicus River, Alexander faced the Persian army. For the first time, against overwhelming odds, the Macedonians won. 1 year later, at Issus, Alexander faced King Darius III himself. Despite commanding a much larger army, Darius was defeated and fled the battlefield. Alexander pressed on. He captured the mighty city of Tyre after one of history's greatest sieges. Then, Egypt welcomed him as a liberator. There, he founded Alexandria, a city that would become one of the greatest centers of learning in the ancient world. By 331 BC, Alexander had marched deeper into the Persian Empire. One final battle would decide the fate of two great civilizations. On the plains of Gaugamela, King Darius III gathered a massive army. Chariots, cavalry, and war elephants stood ready, but Alexander saw an opening, leading his companion cavalry. He charged straight toward Darius. Once again, the Persian king fled. The empire had fallen. Alexander entered Babylon, then Susa, finally Persepolis, the magnificent capital of the Persian kings. Months later, flames consumed the royal palace. Whether by accident or revenge, The ancient capital was left in ruins. But Alexander was not finished. He marched east, across mountains, deserts, and rivers, until he reached India. Beyond Persia, Alexander entered India. There, he faced one of his greatest opponents, King Porus, at the Hydaspes River. Two legendary armies collided for the first time. Alexander faced war elephants. The battle was long and brutal, but once again, Alexander emerged victorious. Impressed by Porus's courage, Alexander allowed him to remain king. His army marched farther east than any Greek had ever traveled, but after years of war, the soldiers could go no farther. They refused to continue. Reluctantly, Alexander turned back. The journey home was devastating. Thousands died, crossing deserts and mountains in 323 BC, at only 32 years old. Alexander died in Babylon. No one knows exactly why. Some believed it was illness, others poison. His empire was divided among his generals, but his legacy never faded. He founded more than 20 cities, spread Greek culture across 3 continents, and changed history forever. Today, more than 2,000 years later, Alexander the Great remains one of the greatest military commanders the world has ever known. His empire disappeared, but his legend never will. History is filled with extraordinary people, extraordinary empires, and unforgettable stories. If you enjoyed this documentary, please like this video, subscribe to Ethio Chronicles, and join us as we uncover the greatest civilizations and legends that shaped our world.